Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Zeke, and today I wanted to talk about something that keeps coming up a lot in my lessons recently, and that's how do you move from side to side, up and down, all around the drum kit, getting from drums to different drums, drums to toms, drums to cymbals, cymbals to drums. It doesn't matter. This is really important when it comes to playing the drums, and it can make your life a lot easier if you know this little trick that I use, so let's talk about it. Now the first thing I teach my students when it comes to this topic is how to go up and down. Up and down is much easier than side to side, so let's start with that. Now, I don't have toms up here, but let's pretend that my stack hat is a tom and my auxiliary hi-hat is another tom, so we'll just pretend that this is tom 1, tom 2, and then I have my tom 3 like regular. So use your imagination, but the first thing that we do is really simple, okay? Right, left, all throughout, and we're just counting eighth notes. This phrase is a 4-part phrase that's all combined, so let's take it one step at a time. The first part of the phrase goes just like this, and remember, we're just going right, left the whole time and counting eighth notes. Ready? Okay? Real simple. It's just eighth notes and right, left on the snare. Okay? Part 2 is pick whichever tom up top you want to use. You can use tom 1 or tom 2, it doesn't matter. I'm going to use my stack hat, but part 2 goes a little bit like this. Alright, so now we're doing 2 hits on each surface and going back and forth. Same thing, right, left throughout, and eighth notes the whole time, okay? So those 2 combined look like this. Alright, really simple. Now for the second half of this, we're going to go backwards, okay? So the third part goes a little bit like this. Remember, we're still going right, left. That doesn't change. The eighth notes and right, left doesn't change. So part 3 looks a little bit like this. Okay? So that's starting doing what we did in the first 2 parts backwards. So altogether, the first 3 parts of what we're doing look like this. Alright, really simple, okay? Now what we have to do is add the last part to it, okay? And you probably can guess what's coming up if you've been paying attention, but the last part looks a little bit like this. Okay? So we're just doing a straight bar of eighth notes, splitting them, a straight bar of eighth notes, splitting them, alright? Right, left the whole time. Altogether, this looks like this with all 4 parts. Easy enough. A little faster. Okay. And even faster. Alright. So that's the first thing that I teach my students, okay? And it's going to give you a good idea of what it takes to go up and down on the drum kit. But that's the easy part. Let's get to the harder part next. Now the next thing we have to learn how to do is how to go side to side. This is a little trickier, okay? A lot of people will solve this problem by crossing their hands. That's not something I personally like to do. I'm an open-handed drummer. I'm all about efficiency and trying to stay out of my own way so I can get wherever I need to go. So I'm not a fan of tangling my hands, and that's not something that I really teach my students. You can do it at times to be fancy or showy, but realistically it's not something I'm going to use when I'm playing most of the time. So the way I get around that is I use double strokes, okay? Now, the next thing that I teach my students after we do the up downs is going around the kit and back, okay? So this is the same thing. There's a couple changes in the sticking, but it's all eighth notes, and we're hitting everything 2 times, okay? This pattern is going to go snare, snare, your first tom, my stack, so tom, 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 okay? Then we're going to go back around. Low tom, second tom, first tom, snare, snare, okay? 2 hits on each drum. Now, we're going to be using 2 hands while we do this because if we use 1 hand, that's just way too easy. What we're going to do is we're going to start with our right hand and we're going to be going right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. I'm going to stop right there because right when we get there is when we have to do something different. Now, what the first part of this is going to look like is this. Okay? Now when we're here, what we just did was a right-left. That 4 and would be a right-left. So if you were counting with me, it went 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. If, to go back the other way, we were going to continue to go right-left, on our next hit we would have to cross. And that's what we're trying to avoid, okay? So what we do instead is go right-right, which now starts us at a left-hand lead to go left-right. Now we're going back the other way to tom 1, left-right, left-left. Now I'm back at the beginning, starting with my right hand to go back the other way. The double strokes turn your hands around, and the trick is whatever direction you want to go on the kit, that needs to be your lead hand. So if you want to go to the right, like when we're going this way, that's why we're starting with the right. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Everything's going to the right. If we want to go to the left, that's why we have to put that double stroke in there to switch our hands back around to go right, right, left, right, left, right. Now we're going left hand lead to the left, okay? And this last double stroke left, left on the snare is just to get us back ready to go back the other way, starting with our right hand, okay? So follow along with me and pay really close attention to what my hands are doing. Count 8th notes as I do this. Ready? Real simple. You just got to make sure that you're putting your double strokes in the right place to send you back the other direction. Let's see it just a little bit faster. Okay? Let's do that thing just a little bit faster. Alright, so there you go. Now, we've got 2 parts out of the way. We've got the up-downs out of the way, and we've got the side-to-sides, okay? But everything we've done so far has led with the right hand. So, let's show you how to lead with the left hand and see what we can do to mix it up. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about in this video is figure 8s, okay? So, this is something that we do where we lead with our left hand, and we basically just make an 8 on the drum kit. I guess, yeah, that's an 8. I was going to say it's more like a weird oval. Anyway, okay, so the way we go about this, it's a little bit different, okay? There's 2 double strokes that we have to use each time, all right? Now, this one is going to go 2 hits on each drum, just like what we did the last time, and it's going to go snare, snare, tom 2, tom 1, tom 3, okay? Or low tom, whatever you want to call your toms, but you guys know what I'm talking about, okay? So, when we play that, the sticking is going to go left, right, left, right, left, left, right, right. Those double strokes are sending us in the proper direction. So left, left is sending me down here with the right, and I'm going to always start back here with my left hand, okay? So same thing, 8th notes, counting through when you're doing this. You just have to make sure that you pay attention to what your hands are doing. So let's watch it really slow and just try to see if you can follow along with what hand is doing what. Okay? Just remember, left, right, left, right, left, left, right, right. Okay? And if you do it correctly, you're always going to end up starting back with your left hand on one. Alright? Let's see that just a little bit faster. Alright, and just a little faster. Alright, so now you got the idea. Left hand leads are a little bit trickier because most of us are right-handed, so we tend to want to lead everything with the right hand because it's dominant. Don't get in that habit, okay? Whenever you're thinking of this kind of stuff, try to challenge yourself and make up some left hand lead patterns that you can do, okay? Now, the last challenge when it comes to all these things, I make my students do when it comes to this is, can you try to blend these together, okay? So don't just do one of each of these by itself. See if you can blend two of them together, all three of them together. Can you go in and out of them in different patterns and things like that? Let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm gonna bring up another camera angle so you can kind of see what my hands are doing as I go through these different ones, but let's go check it out. That's all I got for today though, guys, okay? Take this to your drum kit. Go practice. Remember, a lot of us forget all the time. We need to go practice. Practice is what makes us better, okay? You don't get better just watching YouTube videos and using your imagination, all right? We have to actually put our bodies to work so we get that muscle memory in. But if you like this video, go ahead and leave a like or a comment or subscribe to my channel. I always got more videos coming your way, and I will see you guys at the next one. Thanks for watching, everybody.